One person can change everything.
In the corporate world, doing your best breaks you.
We give them another stream of income by helping them implementing products that goes with whatever their business is already doing.
Product brokerage is kind of like almost like a mortgage brokerage, but for products.
There's how many brands out there?
Yeah.
Do you know there's only 5 manufacturers for it in the whole world? I can create one lipstick and it's gonna come as $5,000 to make that one lipstick.
Wow.
And I'm like, how many lipsticks you have to sell to keep it going from the same manufacturer, right? So, that's the cost of marketing and building your product from scratch.
What are your top 5 red flags when you see business opportunities for moms? Hi, Lynn. Welcome to the Unstuck Hour. I am so happy that you're here today. I'm so excited to just learn a lot about your business. And I think this was one of my really exciting podcasts to do because we've been friends and I still don't really know what you do. So for the audience and me, can you tell us what your business is?
Sure. Well, in a nutshell, is me and my husband, we co-found a company called All Things Enterprise, which is a God Central kind of community for business owners. So back when 2015, when I had my son, I decided to quit my job and become a business owner, not by choice. I just looking for something that I can work for myself, work by myself, kind of stay home with my son. And so we actually partner up with a company that's out of Greensboro, North Carolina. It's a product brokerage, internet marketing company. So now we have all these products that is, we're the middleman, right? Third party. So we started to help out the business owners. At first, we were retailers, product retailers, right? We teach people how to sell products. And then we realized that we should work with entrepreneurs already because they already have the right mindsets. Right? They know how to run a business. So we don't have to train them from the ground up. So then we start to incorporate a community of different entrepreneurs. So we have makeup artists, we have estheticians, we work with doctors, health professionals. We give them another stream of income by helping them implementing products that goes with whatever their business is already doing. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Just like if, Taco Bell would put their product on the shelves in a grocery store, it's kind of what you're doing for these entrepreneurs and doctors and
right.
Okay, that's so cool. And how did you find yourself, how did you find that opportunity?
By chance. Actually, it's funny because it's like a prayer. We were, of course, went from 2 income down to 1 and 2 people to 3 people, right? You start a family and then I quit my job. So we were really living below our means. I mean, it was hard. It was to the point where we had to decide which credit card we're going to pay that month, right? At the minimum. And so, but the bill's still coming. They don't care. You don't have a job anymore, right? And my husband gave me an ultimatum. He's like, you either go back to work or you find something to do to make some extra income. And I was praying for it. And he was praying for it. And then he found his best friend. He's no longer with us, but he posted on Facebook that he started a business. And my husband, he's the one the curiosity, right? Yeah. He's the one that reached out to him and said, hey, you have a business. What is it? Is it something that Lynn can do? And so the guy, he was really nice. He's like, yeah, sure. Come check out the business plan. And, I was the skeptical one because when it comes to home-based business, if you think about 10, 15 years ago, nobody works from home.
Yeah.
Right. To find that kind of work is hard. And so, and it's only network marketers, right, that is working from home. Yeah. And so when my husband's like, hey, there's a business plan, you can go look at it and see if it's something you can do. And I was kicking and screaming on the way there. I was like, is this Mary Kay? There's nothing against Mary Kay, right? But I was so skeptical. I was like, this is one of those things that people say work from home. It's, but come to find out it's not Mary Kay, which is thank goodness, because You can see I don't wear a lot of makeup, so selling makeup probably not my best cup of tea, right? But come to find out, this company is a product brokerage company, and so they have everything from the blueprint up. So I said, okay, you know what? I can follow blueprints, and I can incorporate this in my life, or I can give it a try. Like it doesn't hurt. And so yeah, from that day, not going back.
That's awesome. So, and just to clarify, so product brokerage is kind of like almost like a mortgage brokerage, but for products, right? Is that how it is? Okay.
Yeah.
And it is opposite, just to clarify for people, because I know this is what a lot of people think too. It is nothing to do with like MLMs, network marketing, nothing like that.
Right. Whenever I talk about being product brokerage, I do think it is network marketing or MLM. I get that a lot. Which, I'm used to by now.
Yeah.
Because at first I was trying to defend myself, like, oh, we're not one of those. But then I realized that everything's networked. Like, we're really close to real estate, actually, because real estate don't own houses.
Yeah.
But they still sell houses.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't own these particular brand, but we're the middleman, right? So we get it at wholesale and sell at retail. So that's what. And the great thing about brokerage is that I don't have to figure it out. Like, there's no way I can go to all these manufacturers and said, hey, I need you to give me the best supplement line you have, the best makeup line you have, right? I don't have to figure those out. It's already done, researched by the company. And it's like franchising. Like if I buy McDonald's, I don't have to figure out how to fry my fries the right way. Yeah. Right? They already have that. So I just bought the right to be part of that company, to partner with them, and then sell whatever they come up with. Right. Yeah. Which I love it because it's a brokerage, so we don't have to worry about if things are out of trend or things doesn't work, because then we can have the right to say we don't want this. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's so cool. And like working on the marketing side when I was doing ads, I actually had a client who was white labeling like a soap. And I looked at the manufacturer of it. It's like they had their own brand, but then there were like 20 different brands selling the exact same soap just under like their own brand. And that's basically what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you think about makeup line, right? Yeah. There's how many brands is out there?
Yeah.
Do you know there's only 5 manufacturers for it in the whole world?
No,
so
yeah. In the whole world.
Yeah.
So like Kylie Cosmetics and all these are like all
come from the same company. Yes. Wow. They just put a different label and a different ingredients a little bit to come from the same place. So that's why you get the high-end one come from the same manufacturer, right? Yeah. The MAC, the Estelladas, and they all come from one place that do the premium. Yeah.
I did not know that. I feel like you're blowing a lid on the conspiracy for me, because it is wild, because they all like say they're like different and they're really not. It's just purely in the branding and the makeup, maybe a couple ingredients different, but it is literally coming from the same place.
Yeah, that's because manufacturing is not easy. Yeah. And then cost effective, right? I actually have a makeup artist, and she said, oh, I could create one lipstick, and it's going to come, it's $5,000 to make that one lipstick. Wow. And I'm like, how many lipsticks you have to sell to keep it going from that same manufacturer, right? So, that's the cost of marketing and building your product from scratch. So I'm glad I'm not into that, because then think of like the fidget spinner, right? Yeah. Or the pet rocks. Like, oh, it's great at one time, but what if people don't care for it anymore? What's going to happen? So being a product broker, we have the upper hand of that, right? We get to go to the manufacturer and decide, hey, this is not something we want. Or maybe ingredients go out of style. Like, what if you find ingredients that it's not really as good as you think it is?
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Like people like, and it's trendy. Like people go through like charcoal stuff. Everyone wants charcoal, and then when
you paint it mask.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that makes so much sense. So really, you're the person to go to if somebody kind of wants to start their own product line.
Well, yes, in a way. I have 9 different divisions in product line. Health nutrition, weight management, skincare, makeup, children's line, even household stuff. right? Yeah, everything's are natural, made USA. We know that. And we try to be the best out there, because if someone can go to the store and buy those things, why would they buy it through us as an individual sellers? And so that's why I teach the people that I partner up with. I teach them how to distinguish their products as different than what's on the shelf. And so because then it makes sense. Nobody wants to go and why should I buy from you if I can just get it from the store?
Yeah.
But what makes you different, right? What makes you better? And so we have to be better than what's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, our competition.
That's so cool. So, like, what were you doing before this? Like, I know you were a mom, obviously, but, like, what was that job you were doing before?
I was working as a custom broker.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of close.
Very close, but not really.
Yeah.
So custom broker is basically bringing in products from overseas.
Okay.
So I work for the government, basically.
Yeah.
All that tariff that we talk about, that people are freaking out. I already understood all of that. And so I wasn't freaking out. I knew what the country is doing when the presidents wanted to raise the tariff. And so it's just a mean of creating money for the country.
Yeah.
So it's very stressful. I think it was better that I don't go on vacation than I did, because then I'll come back and my desk is on fire and everything's on fire. Yeah. And when that happened, it costs a lot of money to fix. So very stressful. I didn't want to bring my son into the environment when I had him. So I just straight up quit. I just said enough is enough. I would start a whole new career if I have to. And that came, right after college, that's what I landed into, right? I'm an immigrant, right? So I came over here and all I knew was my parents wanted me to get a good education. They didn't get an education back then. My mom's very illiterate, but she knew that if I'm in school, at least I know enough to have a different life than she does. And so when I went to school, get good grade, go to college, kind of thing, right? That American dream, right?
Yeah.
And then I always thought that, hey, I'm gonna be like, I wasn't sure I was gonna be like a big boss or whatever, but I was like, you know what? I want to be a manager one day, right? But turn out, just because you graduate doesn't mean you get a good job.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
So I end up working in manufacturing because I saw my parents did that. And I thought that's the way to climb a career, is start from the very bottom. And I work for this company, actually, right here. It's called Prestige Ameritech, right? And they do surgical masks. And one person believed in me. This one guy, his name is Tim Miller. And he said, you shouldn't be working here. You need to work somewhere else. You have an education. You shouldn't be sitting here working manufacturing floor. And so the week later, he came back and said, I got you an office job at the same company. And he says, not a manager, but you're a manager assistant in a warehouse. I said, okay, come with a desk and then come with an office. And I was like, wow, one person can change everything. Yeah. So, so I said, yes, I got the job. Of course, the job didn't last long because the company didn't do well at that time. So they liquidated my job. But that opened up my doors and it built the confidence that I can get an office job. Right. I can do this. So that's how I end up as a custom broker at Ziva. And the company was so bad. It was so bad, but it's a good thing, because then I learned what not to do. Right. Yeah. When I run my own company, managing my people. When you're so good at what you do, they give you more work. That's what corporate does for you.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was a manager assistant over there. And I think I did like 5 people's job at one time. And they said, hey, you know what? Maybe you can also like code this thing and, do this thing, right? Where they said, oh, you must have some kind of skill. So let me do this. Let me give you more work. Let's stretch you out, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I was the most underpaid person there.
Yeah,
and
sounds like it.
Yeah, I was, because when I left the company, I went to another one that's very similar, just a different company, and they paid me triple the amount that I was getting paid there. So I was underpaid.
What's the average salary, if you don't mind me asking, for that type of job?
Well, this is back 15 years ago, right? I don't know. I started out at like $10, then 12, and then I was up to 25, 26. So I think the most was 56,000 a year.
Yeah, so, I mean 15 years ago that was really good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But nowadays it's like you can't live on that income.
Yeah. Oh wow. So I love what you said too about like having that one person believe in you, because it really is like finding those moments where they can basically change the whole trajectory of your life.
Yes.
And a big thing I see, especially like with moms like us, and people who are working hard too, where you want to do your best. And like you said, in the corporate worlds, doing your best breaks you.
Yeah.
And I love that, because that's how I felt too. Like even in the nonprofit world, it's like, it was, oh, okay, you can do more, you can do more. And then you get so burnt out. And really those types of people are the ones that maybe are meant to be entrepreneurs like you. I love that. And everything that you're talking about like leads up perfectly to what you're doing. Like you had experience like from the ground up in manufacturing to the office to all of that. And now your company, like how many people do you manage in your company?
So my team, we range from 10 to 30 people at a time.
Yeah.
But all these are partnership. So I'm not their manager, I'm not their boss. I'm more of their coach, business coach, right? They can come to me anytime they feel like they not going anywhere, they're not moving their business, or maybe they get stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I will give them my experience advice. But yeah, I'm usually around there. Some comes, some goes. Most of the time, I probably talk to about 1 to 3 people per day, just to see how they're going and how I can help them, get their business up, get their business going. Even if, they're makeup artists, I don't know, how to help them do makeup, but I can definitely help them marketing themselves, how I can help them marketing their products. We have a product called Custom Blend. So it is unique for makeup artists where anyone can actually start a custom blend makeup line, right? If they want to, they don't have to be a makeup artist. But if they have anything they like to like blend their foundation for their clients, then after they do that, they can sell it, right? They can create lipstick, blush, whatever they want, customized to the clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so I usually ask them, how many clients do you have, that how would you like to add more clients, how you can keep these clients come back, because I believe you want to do something once and get paid for it over and over and over again. Because if you keep searching for the next sale, that's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. What have been the most successful marketing ventures for some of these people, like the most successful ones?
Most successful ones are usually health professionals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they already have patients, and their patient comes, and when you could tell right away when you could fix something, right?
Yeah.
Like when someone feel better. So I have a doctor in Magnolia practice in Arlington, very successful, because I didn't have to train him how to sell a product to his, patient. He knows how to do that, right? And we just incorporate a supplement, pharmaceutical, or actually nutraceutical product line for him. And he can tell if he recommended like a vitamin D. Yeah, vitamin D, you can measure that in blood measure, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell if the client goes to Walgreens and buy vitamin D, or they actually bought from him, right? Not the financial, but when they come back and he runs their vitamin D level, and he can say, hey, this is not as supposed to be, because we know the product works and it's your absorption rate, right? And so if it's not then you need to try ours. And so we kind of teach a little bit like the gentle, not a push, like, oh, you have to buy our product.
Yeah.
But we make recommendations, and why not, create an extra income while they do that, because doctor don't recommend nutraceutical product, some because they don't make money from it.
Yeah.
Right. So now we want healthier people and more natural way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are most of the products, so you said they're all manufactured here in America.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And with these products, it seems like it is a wide range. Like vitamin D is so different from, like lipstick.
That's true.
Like, is there a type of product that wouldn't be made, or is it you just kind of see what they've got and kind of match it to the person who is selling? I don't know if that made sense, but like, could somebody come to you and say, I want to start selling like dandelion tea? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something. Like, can they do that? Or is it like have to be something that's already in the manufacturing?
It has to be already developed.
Okay.
Because we already have a lot of people who does the research and the science behind that.
Okay.
And the study, right? We're a double study company. Basically, the manufacturer already had to test what's the result of them creating a product for us. And then we tested it to make sure that product's correct. Mm-hmm. So we can make dandelion tea, but then if we can't make it better than what's out there, there's no point, right?
Yeah.
So we will look at like, okay, dandelion tea has one. What's the purpose of that, right? What's the ingredients do? Maybe we can incorporate that into like a multivitamins, right,
Yeah.
or something. We do have what we call belly tea, and that has dandelion in it.
Yes.
So there's so many products. A lot of company out there, or a lot of products out there, has one or two usage of ingredients that does certain things, right?
Yeah.
For us, we never do one. Like our vitamin D has K2 in it. Okay. Because we want to make sure K2 vitamin D works with K2, because without it, it doesn't work. Oh, and yeah. So so it's certain like that. So we do put lots of different ingredients together to formulate one product. Yeah. But yes, they have to go with our blueprint, our business plan, in order for it to work.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's so cool. I feel like I have so many questions on all this. So like with the healthcare professionals, do you then work on packaging, like the branding side? Like, is their name slapped on the bottles, or how does that work? Or are they selling it in the manufacturer's name?
So we have a line called Nutrimetric, which is for doctors only, for health professional only. Now we do have what we call a custom cocktail. Yeah. And custom cocktail can customize different ingredients, right? Like an antioxidant, a multivitamins, a vision, whatever, to be one bottle, and you can label that. So I had like gym owners, they create their own custom cocktail cup, and they label their gym on it. Yeah. So they can only get it from them with that formula.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, because I see like at our gym, they have custom lifetime capsules and all of that. And they're probably getting that from a company kind of like yours.
Yeah, probably very similar. Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool. Yeah, I feel like there's so many behind the scenes that people don't realize. So if somebody was wanting to do what you do, how do they get into that?
They can go through me, definitely, because the community that we built, we want to make sure that they are plugged into something that has the support. Mm-hmm. They can apply for, a license to run it, right? To own the part of the company, right? But usually I would help them lead into where they need to go. So first I have to find out what are their really talent, right? What interests. I work with stay-home mom all the time. Yeah. I love stay-home mom because they usually the go-getter, because they can multitask. Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes stay-at-home mom are very comfortable also, and then we teach them a lot of like entrepreneur mindset, right? We have a lot of books that they need to read and a lot of training we're big on training.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that a person has the right training also. So, for example, we have a whole division called Gotram, which is basically a weight management, right? For them to be a weight managing coach, they had to get the certification for that. And in order for them to even charge people their coaching fee, this is I'm talking about people from like the ground up that has no already not a coach already, not charging people already. Then we teach them that we teach them how to be a coach. We give them the certification, and they have to qualify for it. Basically, they need to coach about 10 people and get the results in order to even become like a certified coach with us. So we make sure that the persons are aligned with what they want first. But there's so many, and there's people who like me where I have no um like a direct division that I work with because I just like to make money. Right? And so I show people like you can be a financial coach where you can teach people how to start a business and run a business using the system that's already created. The company has a system that they can use. They don't have to create one from the ground up.
Yeah, it's like they're not reinventing the wheel. They're just doing like what is already working.
Like franchising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And going back to these like stay-at-home moms, like what I really have a heart for like parents and everything because I also believe that creating a business for yourself is the best way to have any type of like financial protection, when you have kids. So like what given that they were a hard worker and everything, they did follow all the steps, like what can they expect to like make doing something like that?
It is of course up to someone's talents
Yeah.
and how much dedication they put in. If they wanted to follow a system like that's already up, besides their profit from retailing, they can make in commission also anywhere from 300, 3,600 a week, or they can make even more depending on how ambitious, how much work and time they put into the business.
Yeah.
Because you run your own business, the sky's the limit, right?
Yeah.
You want to make $1 million? You can. Yeah. So it's depending on the person.
Do you see a lot of people making that, or like what's like kind of the bell curve of that?
It's varieties, right? Of course, the millionaires are hard to come across, right? But there's plenty of them. And then what I really see a lot of is people making consistent money. From 1,500 a month to 3,600, maybe 7,000, 7,500 a month, right? So that's usually the average, which some people are satisfied with just making $1,500 extra a month if it's ongoing and consistent. It's depend on how much you already put in the front end, then you can live on that. It's like an investment, right? We're investing in people, time, talents, and treasure, right? So to me is if you teach someone how to fish and then you can get back a little piece of that of all time, right? That's you always gonna have fish.
Yeah.
Right. If they catch a fish and they give it to you, if they catch two, they give you one, and they keep the other one, and they do that for a lifetime, you're always gonna have fish.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I see it when I develop people. Is we can work together for sure. Let me teach you. As long as they're coachable, they can make the money. It's pretty straightforward. There's no hidden requirements. Actually, there's no talent needed either.
Yeah.
I say time talent, but like you don't really need talent. If you have talent, that's good. Like that gives you the advantage of other people. If you have talent, like to me, I'm like camera shy. Like you don't see me on social media putting my face on there, but there's people who makes tons of money doing that, right?
Yeah.
And affiliates, this is the new thing, right? Affiliate program.
Yeah.
And so, people will say they market themselves and they market a product.
Yeah.
So what if that product is yours, for you to market of all time? So, and you don't have to take a 3%, 5% from other products that doesn't work, Well, when I say work, I meant like, not for you.
Yeah.
You know, so I see people who are health professional and then they market like a skincare. And so it's out of their realm, right? But what if they're health professional and then they market like a omega-3?
Yeah.
Right?
And you're saying it's 100% theirs versus like if they were to go on like one of these MLMs and get whatever that group is selling, there's like they're getting a percentage of that because they don't own that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. Okay. Yeah. It's so interesting because it's just such a different way. But what you're saying, the concepts are so high level because I know I just read this book called The 12-Month Millionaire, and it's exactly what he did. He like found a manufacturer, sold these through direct mail, like a diet pill that they knew was really, really good and they had really good results. And then he just kept swapping out the product once the business kind of like, ran its course, whether that was years or months or whatever.
Right.
But it was a proven system. It was like, here's a product people want and go sell it. And that's basically what you're doing is like, here's a product, people want it, and go sell it.
Yeah, well, it's not like we're selling like really odd thing that people had to figure out what's a sunshine drink. Like, we're not selling that.
Yeah,
right?
Like a happy juice.
Right? Yeah. And, we're selling vitamin D, omega-3. Like, people are already buying that at the store.
Yeah.
Right? Now it's just why you're buying from us versus to the store. Right?
Yeah.
And so it's the results.
Yeah.
You know, you can take vitamins all you want, but are you absorbing them? Are you actually taking them in? That makes it different.
Yeah. Right? And there's so many synthetic ones too. Like, that's so hard to find a credible one. Yeah. Oftentimes. Yeah. And then you take it and you're like, oh, the one's not it. Yeah. What do you think, kind of going into the business side, what did you not expect in terms of challenges when you were starting out?
Oh, when I started out, I expect all kind of challenges.
Yes.
Right. I really did. What's really funny was the only thing I didn't expect is because I came from corporate world, people never ask for salary, right? They never ask how much do you really make. Yeah. But when you run your business, people ask that, right? Yeah. And especially when you first started out with, when you first start your business, all your money go back into your business, right? Yeah. You're not taking a pay cut or a payout for like years, if possible. Yeah. Right. And that's why tax deduction is great. I did not know that. Yeah. Right. Until I started my business. And I was like, oh, that's why wealthy people, they don't pay taxes legally. Yeah. Right. Because there's ways to do it. And that's a big majority of your money goes to as tax. Right. Yeah. And so I didn't expect there's a great tax deduction. And then the second thing is I didn't expect people to keep asking me how much money I make. Yeah. Right? Because at first I'm like, what's my business? Like, why do you want to know? And then when I start making a lot of money, nobody asked me how much I make anymore. I was like, come on, ask me.
I'll ask you how much money do you make. I'm curious.
Consistently all these years, I range from, $300, $1,500, $2,500, $3,600 a month. Yeah. And it's not sexy, but then I think about it, I'm like, there's some years where I didn't even work and I'm still making money because of all the outlets that I have. Yeah. It's like putting in vending machine, right? It keep coming when you may touch base on that vending machine once in a while. And so think of how many health professional is out there seeing the clients, selling the product. And you are part of that, right? Because you implement in their practice and then you help them get that going in their practice and the rewards return even when you can't do it yourself. I love the idea of that because I'm not talented. And so but I can find people more talented than me that can do things better than me, and then after all, it's the same credit as I'm doing it. So that's the great part about the system.
You mentioned talent. What, in your mind, what does talent mean to you in like this framing? Like good at sales or what?
Yeah, some people have really good talents. They're charming. They can walk into a room and they can light up the room. That's a talent. Yeah. To me, I think it is. because I think I'm pretty boring. Like, you know,
I
yeah.
think you light up the room.
No, thank you. I'm very homebody, you know, I'm very low key, very, you know, behind the scene. My husband's the opposite, right? I could put him right in front of like the audience and he could talk and no problem, right? And to me, I'm like, I don't like any of that stuff. I like one-on-one. I like talking to someone. I can really deep down and find out who they are, what they really want, and how I can support them. And so, and some people has talent, they just don't know that. Um, you know, just like my makeup artist, she actually was really, I have a makeup artist, her name is Mary. She actually loved web designing. Like, that's a talent. And, you know, and I did not know that, but I don't know if she knows that until she started designing her own website and she's like, oh, this is fun. But then she's, you know, come from her family. She's been doing it all this time. Didn't think that was a talent.
Yeah, it's a big, people pay big money for that.
Yeah. And so we have web solution in one of our division. So we do have product and services. And the service is web designing. We used to have what we call local shop local, where we actually help local business, you know, create more visibility, traffic. Yeah. And then the other one is the financial aspect. We actually show people how to get out of debt. That's our new baby, because to me, I thought like, okay, I'm not a fitness coach. You know, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a health professional because I don't have a license for that. Right. But I know how to get out of debt. Right. Or I know how to create, going from like the very rock bottom to somewhere we're financially comfortable. Right. And so if I could show someone else to do that, I could do that. And so I actually recently discovered that. And then I said, wait, we have a system for that. It's called Financial Solution, where it's actually a AI generated, like it's a computer software that can show you how to pay off your bills and your credit cards and your mortgage and everything faster than any person can calculate that, because it's technology, right? Yeah. It's like a GPS. And so why do we put GPS on, even though we know where we're going? We're trying to find the fastest route to get there. Yeah. So what if there's a financial way to do that? Yeah.
And with that, you put like your statements in and everything. It kind of calculates it all, or like, is it kind of like an app on your phone, or
it's a website? Okay. Yeah. You actually don't put in your bank account. You just they don't ask for credit card numbers. They don't ask for any of that stuff, but they do ask for statement dates, your interest. And when they, the way to finance your statement date, right? When is the next date that's going to come out and calculate, right? Everything you owe, and then how much interest it is. And so it's going to find a way to pay it before the interest hit. So that help people get out of their debt real fast, because no one wants to pay the mortgage for 30 years. Right. Even at a 2-3%, that's still a lot. Right. And so what if you could pay it in 8 to 10 years? And without changing your lifestyle? That's big important to me, because a lot of people don't have an extra $500 or another $2,000 to put in a mortgage. Right? Extra, right? And so, because, people say, oh, put in, just pay it extra. Just put in extra money into it. What if I just tell you pay a different date? Yeah. But it looks like it pays the month before it does, before it's due. So, yeah, it's a very interesting concept. Not many people know about it. And I'm very personal, so I'm not out there marketing it like, oh, come to me, I'll show you. But I would one-on-one talk to the people like, okay, do you really have a big mortgage? You have all this car loans, like, would you like help? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And especially like if anyone bought like we did, it's like 6%.
Yeah.
Interest rate's terrible.
That is terrible. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So with business and everything, I know you also had started a charcuterie board business. I want to talk about that because I think that's so fun. Why? What caused you to do that? Is it like a passion project? Or?
It's a talent I didn't know I have.
Yeah.
It was funny because we like to host all the time at our house. Like friends come over. I guess friend likes to hang out with us, right? But every time they come over, I'm like, what am I gonna feed my friend?
Yeah.
Like, what am I gonna do with these people that I would like to come over, right? I believe in work-life balance. You have to have families and friends, and you can work all you want, but you have to balance that. So in our planner, every month we had to have a game night or a play date to something, right?
Yeah.
A family night. And so I said, you know what? Why don't we just invite friends over and we would do that? And my husband, he's like, I'm gonna learn how to make a charcuterie. And I had no clue what charcuterie was, right? I was like, what is that? And he runs all over the store. He runs to like World Market, Central Market. He was like, I'm looking for a cutting board. And I was like, I have lots of them at home. He's like, no, it's too small. I need a bigger one. I have no clue what this guy's doing. And he's somebody, he's such a visionary. And then so I was like, you know what? I'm going to look up what that is. And I went on Pinterest and I sat on there for hours, right? Looking at like, oh, they make these roses from these petals and from like all this meats and cheese and then so our first one dude was like freaking out. He bought all these groceries on the table and he was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, I'll put it together for you. Right. And so I did it and he was like, I didn't know you know how to do all that stuff. And I was like, I didn't either. It's all Pinterest. And so when I start doing it for friends, and my friends was like, okay, you need to charge people for this because premium quality, work here. And I was at first I was like, I don't want to turn my what's I think is fun to work because then it's no more longer fun, right? And so I just started to charge people for the cost of making it. And then I realized okay, my back's breaking from doing it. And then it takes so much time. It takes me 3 hours at least from grocery shopping to do this. So I'm really going to have to charge people and make it a business. Right now, I actually only going to do like parties. I may be exceptional. I'll make a gift box, but I wanted to make it fun again instead of work. So that business is it's a side hustle, I guess. It's not my baby, because there's a lot of back-breaking label on that, and it's not scalable.
That's true.
It's not scalable, right? And I can't multiply myself that talent down in like Houston or Austin, right? If I have a customer who wants a table from me, I'll have to fly there myself to do it. And then I have to bring an extra person because depending on time, then I have to train that person how to do it. And it's not the best business model. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that's so true with so many things. Like I see these like genius business idea posts on Instagram all the time. It's these side hustles that are like not sustainable.
Yeah.
And it's like one person maybe cracked the code. Like I've seen that pumpkin person like puts pumpkins out and decorates them on people's porches, and she scaled that. But at the same time, like you're only one person. You can only do so many houses with pumpkins or so many charcuterie. But yeah, it really is a hustle. Like I think people forget in the side hustle side that it's a hustle. It's not a it's not a passive thing.
Right. Right. That's why there's a lot of like people who sell courses online.
Yeah.
Right? Because then it is scalable because you can create a course and then you can sell that from that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's recorded or it's prints like books, right?
Yeah.
You can sell a book and you only have to write it one time. You can sell a lot. And so that's my core belief in business. If you want to be a smart business, it needs to be scalable, something you do once and that you can sell it forever. Maybe tweaked it a little bit because time changed, things change, right? And so if you look at wealthy people, they don't create businesses, they create system. Yeah, if you have a right system in place, you can go far and the financial freedom from it. Like you don't have to hustle anymore once it's out there, once it's working. It's like invented the wheel. Once that wheel's running for you, you don't have to do it again.
That's so true. Yeah. And I mean, I've built a couple courses and it's been true. Like the ones that it's hard though, because you don't know what's going to take. Well, you don't know exactly what's going to take off and take on and changing the messaging and all that. But yeah, it's a lot easier than doing some type of hustle type work.
Right.
Because once you nail down the marketing and your system and sales, it's easy from there. It's scalable. For sure. So, if you were talking to a burnt out mom who their husband said, "Hey, I think you need to go back and get a job," like, what would be your advice to them?
Like me 15 years ago?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
First of all, I would not recommend anyone who quit their job without a backup plan. Don't do what I did.
Yeah, I did that too. It was a bad idea.
Right? But it is a blessing in disguise because when your back are against the wall, what are you going to do, right? Yeah. And so you do more. I believe in all kind of side hustles or business, small business, big business, right? Myself, I have multiple businesses. Because I'm, serial entrepreneur, right? We think of like, how this is going to be fun to do, right? This is going to be fun to work. So we always think of many ways to generate income, right? And so I would say if it's a mom, burnt out mom, I hear you. I was that way. And I started this company with the children's line, actually, because I didn't know how much I love children, but how important it is to keep them healthy. Mm-hmm. And there's things as small as your dishwashing soap can actually hurt your kids. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so when I discovered that, I was like, oh, so many moms needs to know this, right? But don't take it just from me. Do your research and don't jump on the next beautiful things that people come to you and sell you the world, right? They're going to tell you, you can make $1 million in like the next week if you follow this Instagram like thing, right? Yeah. It's a scam because there's nothing beautiful come at a fast pace. A lot of people want it fast, right? A lot of people think they need it fast because, bills coming next month. What am I going to do now? But sales can give you instant cash. You make a quick cash, quick bucks. So, a lot of people go out there and they Uber Eats or they DoorDash, right? That's selling. That's selling their time. Yeah. Right. Which, if you have to, do it. I would say no. And then also find something that you can invest long term because you can get burnout more, right? Yeah. You can get burnout. And then if you don't have anything that can work for you while you're at rest, like I said, make money when you sleep, right? If you don't have that, you need to find that. And another way to find that is finding a system, finding something that actually can keep going, even when you're not going. Yeah, that's so true. I feel like so many business owners lay in like the operator where they can't take a break from their business. Mm-hmm. Like if you do that, then it's like you just create a job for yourself. Yeah. I did that with my first business, with marketing. I was literally in labor and my client was reaching out to me about his ad campaign. I was like, dude, I am having a baby. Like, stop. But I in that moment realized I was like, okay, I can't be in the service based industry like this anymore as a mom. And I needed to find something that was a lot more like scalable for my lifestyle. And that's so true because it's hard when you go in and you think like, oh, this is going to be an ending. You're so right too on like the scam stuff I'm on. And I know you are too because we're in some of the same Facebook groups. There are so many scammers out there. And I want to touch on that. Like, what are your like top 5 red flags when you see business opportunities for like moms? Of course, the first thing is the overpromise. Yeah, the overpromise. Yes. Okay. It's and then also they don't have a products or services. You have to sell something. Every kind of business has to sell something, products or services. And if they don't have that, there's something wrong. Yeah. Right? What are you selling? A coat? Right? Are you just joining for fun? Yeah. Right? I think that was the two. Are there businesses that don't sell products or services? What do they sell? Investments. Investing is good. Yeah. But you have to understand that you can win and you can lose an investment. Right. Yeah. And so people don't, if they tell you that you can't lose, you have to question that. How? Why? Yeah. Yeah. Why is this going to work? Really work? Right. Yeah. And then if they tell you that, oh, you do nothing, Right? When you see that, where they're like, oh, I did nothing but touch 2 buttons a week, and here I made $30 million, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's outrageous for one thing. What are you selling? Nuclear weapons? Like, how did one button can make you that money, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of time and efforts you have to put in running your business, because now you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
And so when a lot of people do look at those things, I would question it, and I'll do my research of how long this company been around too, right? If you're going to work for a company or you're going to buy a company, you want to see if it's sustainable.
Yeah.
If that company sells out, change their name, change their business model in the last 2, 3 years, 5 years, even 10 years, right? You know there's something wrong. They're not sustainable. And then if you're going to put your money into that, you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years or 10 years. That's devastating if they go down.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've seen people do that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Here's a lot of mistake that people make. And that's so funny because I'm so opposite of all that, right? A lot of people mistake of like, I want to be forefront of a new company, a new developed company. I want to be in there first, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of MOM were that way, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's a startup, it's a great plan, and you're the first one, so you're gonna recruit everybody, and now you're gonna build an empire. But if they just started yesterday, how you know they're gonna last tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right. So to me, I said, find a company that lasts for a long time because they did something right.
Yeah.
You know, at least 10 years. Usually 10 years is a sweet number to tell that company's going to survive or not.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder too, because the reason they say that in the MLMs, this is what I've seen, like the people at the top are the ones making the money. And at a certain level, you're not going to make much because so many people have kind of heard it. I just have an opinion of like the law of like 6 degrees, that we're all connected by like 6 people. And it's like some of these major ones, like a Mary Kay or something, if you just started today, it'd be probably hard for you to make money because chances are
they're already in that.
There's enough people who, your customers have already been in touch with the Mary Kay person, you know? But you're saying, well, one, you're not really saying to go to those companies, but you're saying,
no, I'm not.
You're saying make sure the company that you're aligning with has been in business for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're like one of those, there are people that are, they call network marketing junkies.
Yeah.
Where they go from one network to another because they say, oh, this is better plan. Oh, this is better products. Oh, this is better company, right?
Yeah.
They're just looking for something that is sustainable, that's working for them.
Yeah.
Some people quit too early to find out if it's really working. I'm not dodging any MOM because, you know, the company works.
Yeah.
If you work it.
Yeah.
Now, some are harder than others, depend on the comp plan, right? There's so many people approach me with different company, right? And I looked at their plan and trying to find out how much effort do I have to do to make money in this company, right? How many people I had to recruit? How many people I had to train? How many people I had to sell, or you know, how much I had to sell to sustain this business? There's people who can do it because I seen Mary Kay car driving around, right? So there's people who's doing that.
Yeah.
And is it for me or not, right? So you look at all this stuff and you see, okay, this product I stand behind, right? Is this company easier or harder? If MLM is not a scam, it's just means make a little money.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of companies are network marketing though.
Yeah.
You know, we are networking.
Yeah.
Anyone that you needed people, and people the one that pays, not the product, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're a real estate agent, you are in network marketing because guess what? You have a broker.
Yeah.
Right? And then you have other agents, and then you have to have referrals. Like, how are you going to find your business, right?
Yeah.
And so people don't want to associate with that. But I said everybody's on network marketing nowadays, right? That should be a very normal term in every household. Network marketing should be one of an income. Yeah, why not? If I could network, they say your net worth is your network, right?
Yeah.
Your network is your net worth. So who do you know that can get you to where you want to go hang out with those people more.
Okay, and I have a clarifying question then. So like with network marketing, because what you're saying with like the realtors, that's an interesting take on it. What is in somebody's mind as a network marketer, and then what you're kind of saying, like what it, you know what I mean? Like, is it kind of, I'm just making it confusing, but like, is it like some MLMs are network marketing, but not all network marketing is an MLM?
Yes.
That kind
That's very true.
Okay.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think most MLM are network marketing, but there could be some that's not. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
There could be some that's not. But yeah, there are network marketing. It's not MLM. I don't know.
Yeah. And network marketing in this term is like, that's the avenue to get your clients, is like not necessarily like that's the business model, but like that's the avenue to get your clients.
Yes, because not all my friends and family wants to buy my products.
Yeah.
Right? But there's somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who would.
Yeah.
And so the more people I talk to, the more hand I shake, the more money I make. Yeah. And so when I talk to somebody, you might not be my client. You might not want what I have, but you know somebody who would. And that's network marketing right there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I market to you, but then in turn, you actually know your network. And that helps me with my business and services.
That makes sense. And then those people are the ones that are then doing like the direct to consumer, like the doctors doing that. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's why we created the community.
Yeah.
Because it's all referral based. That's word of mouth is very big. Yeah. Very important, right? And so we have our website has a roster of people who in all different industry. Right. I love to interview people about what they do too, because I want to know what industry you work and how I can help you. Sometimes there are people that have nothing to do with us, like a DJ, for example. Yeah. Right. I don't have products for a DJ. Yeah. Right. What are you going to sell while you're DJing? Right. Yeah. But maybe I could come up with something. But I still keep him as a referral base because I like him. Yeah. And so maybe he's not a partner up with me, but he's a referral partner. Yeah. And so why not? It's free to referral people all the time. We do it all the time. We recommend people all the time. But what if we can make money from it? A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. And you never know. Maybe that DJ wants to be a content creator and then he's going to want his own line of whatever. Right. Exactly. You never know, right? That's very true. Now, see, that's why I think people are very important to keep them, in your line of communications in your circle that has some kind of business, because what goes around comes around. Right. I want people to, when they think of someone who need financial help or who needed another line business, they come to me. Right. And so therefore I will give them the referral first. I will sit down and you're like the DJ, you never know. Right. And so whenever I hear someone who said, hey, I'm having a party, I would definitely refer my DJ. Right. Yeah. But my first line of referral, of course, will be my partner. Like the one that actually buy the products and service, with me. Yeah. And so if they need a makeup artist or they need a web designer, who do I give to? Some random makeup artist that I know? Or do I give to one that I know I train that will carry the products that is top of the line, that I know it's a good product that can make a difference? Right? Yeah. So same as doctors. Yeah. And they're all based on referrals. You don't go to a doctor that you don't know their reviews. That's so true. Yeah. So just in closing, like overall with like meeting people and everything, it seems like the one thing you have to get right in business is connecting to people. Do you have any tips with doing that to new business owners? There's so many groups out there. That's why I started the Tarrant County Boss Babe group. Oh. Yeah. Because I believe women, entrepreneurs are more fun than men entrepreneurs. I believe we support each other more too as women, right? Because we understand each other. We understand that we have sick kids. Yeah. And we understand that there's days where we don't want to get out of bed because we don't feel it, because we're overwhelmed or whatever. Yeah. So women understand women a lot better. Mm-hmm. And so I would say join social media, because that's the best way, right? To get your business and to me, I do day in, day out of just who can I touch today, find out a little bit about them, and see if they a good collaboration with me or not. So every day I'm on social media groups and I try to connect with people, right? I invite them out for coffee, we'll have a chat. And usually that's just day in, day out of work for me. And so anyone can do that. Anyone can do that in their house. As long as you have your phone, you can do that in your bed, right? You can book those appointments, have those coffee dates, and see what kind of conversation you'll have. Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. If you want to get in touch with Lynn, I've got all of her socials down below. But yeah, it was a pleasure having you and learning about this whole brokerage side that I've never heard of. So it was fun.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's so great to be here with you.